When it comes to typography and community, I think they are intrinsically connected. Fonts are a digital holder for our language and the shape it has.
This project is by Volkswagen for one of its most iconic cars, which is the Golf GTI.
The brand had a presence in the Middle East for a long time. We've learned that it's one of the most loved cars in the regions with a strong presence and clubs.
But then for all that local brand love that we got, it was still lacking defining cultural identity. What we wanted to do was to use the Golf GTI to create a unique visual identity that the Arab region could truly call their own.
Well, we got asked by Shield to try to get inspired by the car and imagine a font that could theoretically be written by the car. We went back and thought, what does the GTI represent to the people? And we went back to Arabic calligraphy and the Arabic script. Arabic has a long and rich history of different forms, different types of Arabic, but one of them stood out specifically, the ruqa', which could be considered informal, handwritten, the Arabic font of the street. And stylistically, we looked at the shape of the car itself, its design, details of the grille, the handle, the lights.
We wanted to look at the car as a literal brush.
And using the sand as a canvas,
we were able to track the car movements and we were able to see how dynamic and agile the GTI was.
we realized what was possible, what was not possible, what only looked good on paper but wouldn't translate really with the drive.
When I was inside the car, you could feel that it might be a small car, but it's very powerful, it's very expressive. It really speeds up really fast, it turns really quickly. So it was important for us to end up with a font that is bold, that is impactful, that does represent this dynamism that exists on the page with attitude, with punchiness, with energy as well.
And it was very important for us to get the connections between the letter forms, which is also a very big important part in the Arabic script. Based on this, we were able to start sketching and designing and kind of translate its motion and speed into the typeface and making it less and less rigid, and including some designs from the GTI car, which was the honeycomb. We were able to include it in the dots, the kashidas, which is the extensions and elongations between the words.
The starting points of all the stroke are very clean, very straightforward, and so are the endings of all the tails, very geometric, but still curvy and swoopy. And like Lana mentioned, all the honeycomb design is included inside the diacritic dots, whether it's 1 dot, 2 dots, or 3 dots, as well as the baseline elongation that allows us to bring in also this quality or interpretation of the car's spirit. A font is inherently a way for a community to connect, to speak, and I think this project was no exception.
By Volkswagen listening to the people and speaking the language, I think this created some sort of deeper connection, seeing the brand not just as a brand from a Western world, but more it being a part of the community.